Blue, they got something happening in Atlanta this Saturday. So shout out to Red and Blue. I think they're having a strain release, album release, book release. They doing all types of stuff in the A this Saturday. So I'm gonna have them on the show on Friday. So we'll talk about it. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's get this thing going without further ado. Welcome back to the platform, the good, the one, the only, Dr. B. Serious.
Yes, my brother.
Welcome back, Doc.
Man, and I'm honored to be here once again, live in the living color. It's a phenomenal time to be on time, in the rhythm of time.
Hey, this is this is home. This is home. I want you to consider this home when you come here, brother. So I want you to be comfortable. The people love you. You know what's funny? I did a show by myself the day after the eclipse, and the sister had asked in the chat. She said, well, and I was just telling about all the speakers, and everybody come with a different perspective, but we don't have to judge somebody just because they have a different perspective than us. That's their way to ascension. So they asked me who's like some of my favorite speakers. So I said, Dr. B Serious. I mentioned your name. I said, well, Dr. B is definitely one of my favorite guests on the show. And I was telling them how, I appreciate anybody who comes with an empowering message. I've been a victim long enough in my life. I'm tired of that shit. I don't, I don't need to be that. I experienced that when I was 16, 17. I'm tired of that shit. So, once you realize the power that you possess, even if you don't know how to fully access those powers, it doesn't mean that you should still victimize yourself. And I know I got a lot to learn in this realm in terms of the potential that I have is limitless. So I'm gonna be learning the rest of my life. But I just wanted to start out by giving you your flowers and saying, I know you nominated for Spiritual Leader of the Year at the Forbidden Knowledge Awards and all of that, all that good stuff. But I just wanted to let you know personally, a brother who speaks, asks questions to, and listens to some of the greatest melanated speakers all over the globe. I really, really appreciate the message, and I resonate with it, and I love how empowering it is. And I not only love the intelligence behind the message, but the heart behind the message. There's this brother named, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let Dr. B start, but this is how I wanted to start because we're talking about the law of universal rhythm, and this message will change your life. There's a brother that came on the show. Let me say this real quick, Dr. B. The brother name is Macabre 13, and I was asking Macabre about prayers, and I was telling Macabre, I was like, well, you know what? It seemed like sometimes we was more effective under religion than we are under this so-called New Age movement. And we started talking about certain things. And I seen he put up a post on Instagram the other day, and he said one of grandma's, Big Mama grandma's Christian prayers is more powerful than 100 witches' prayers on Instagram. And he said that it's because she had heart attached to her prayer. And it wasn't a lot of people that's in the spirituality now. It's about the aesthetics. How do I, my hat got to be a certain way. I got to be dressed in a certain garb. I got to have on a certain amount of beads, or I got to smell this. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. We all love what we do. Just like I love to wear the gold. You love to do what you do. But he was just talking about how the aesthetics sometimes override the heart within the message. And we have to keep that in mind as we criticize Christians. Their prayers sometimes is more powerful than an Osiris prayer, because that Jesus prayer may come from grandma's pure, loving, unconditional heart. And that's what I love most about this brother. I feel like his message comes straight from the heart, and anything that comes from the heart definitely resonates with a heart brother like myself. That is my main weapon of choice, if you want to call that, in this realm. With that being said, Dr. B, you bring so much to this realm, to this platform, to this global community. Let's talk about the law of universal rhythm, and congratulations on the nomination, my brother. Let's get this thing going tonight.
Well, I like to tap in on what you just said about heart. And for some folks, they may get a little confused when they hear heart because of the times people have had what they call a broken heart, and had their hopes and their desires seem to be broken. But what the people had, and what a lot of people are beginning to have, is passion. Passion and compassion. And see, passion is when you are passionate about one thing. And it's usually something that you feel that you are creating, that you would like. Sometimes your passion is part of your imagination. If you have a passionate imagination,
yes, sir,
and you basically are feeling something before it happens, you're already there. You're there as if it's happening now. That passionate vibration, you pushing past what you call reality, because what you're calling reality, reality is relative to who is saying it's real.
Yeah.
So when you say that's a tree, right? Everybody agrees that that's a tree. Not everybody, because if in different languages they call it different things, and it's really not a tree. It's a collection of energy that has come together to represent what we call a tree. Now, people say, well, the tree is growing. It's growing higher and higher. Actually, it's growing lower and lower, too, at the same time. And it's also growing out. It's doing all things at the same time. It's expressing itself. So when you're totally expressing yourself, by yourself, with yourself, for yourself, without somebody's validation, you become passionate. You become pumped up. Nobody can tell you anything else about that. So when we get to this new movement, all we have to do is remember to put that passion back in and stop waiting for other people to be passionate with us. You see, stop waiting for other people to join in line. Stop worrying about what other people got going on. This is your thing. If you're in the garage and you making ankhs out of ice cream sticks, right? That's what you do. You love it. You color them different colors. It's not even about the money. It's about the energy that you're putting into it. You see, once you start putting energy into something, right, the law of compensation comes online. It says the amount of energy you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. The amount of energy that you give is what you get. You see, if it's in the right direction for the right reason. Now, if you're putting out a lot of energy and you're passionate about just your look, how you look, what you're wearing, your hairdo, you see, now all of a sudden you're putting your energy into something that's not based in something that is solid. Right. It's not something that's actually moving anything but people's emotions. They're looking at, I look at how many people now, a lot of people on the internet, it's all about their beauty. Even if they got a message, it's all about their beauty. They're half naked. They gotta be, because that's gonna get likes. Did you know the word like? I want y'all to do something.
Oh, here we go.
I would like you to take the word like and look up the etymology of the word like. Somebody look it up right now. The etymology, go to etymology online dictionary and put the etymology of the word like. Are you ready for this? Because, you got to have likes today. Everybody wants to be liked. Everybody wants more likes. I need more likes. Why do we need so many likes? Who's telling you to like everything? Why do I have to like it? And what is like coming from? Where is like at in the etymology online dictionary? So let's say, I'm going to read a little bit of it. Having the same characteristics or qualities as another. Lick, shortening of we lick. Old English glinic, like or similar, from the Proto-Germanic ilikia, having the same form, literally a corresponding body, with a corresponding body. Okay? It keeps going and going. And then it says to go to this word L-I-C-H. What is that? Itch, lich, light, body, corpse. Southern England survival, dialectical survival of Old English. Lick, body, dead body, a corpse. This word is, you keep a dead body, corpse. Norse, Danish, Swedish. This has got to do with a shape or a form, a dead shape or dead form. Wait a minute. Like ties you into being dead or looking at something that's not moving. It's not real. It's not the real thing. You like it. So, when you say, how many likes you got, it's nothing. You really don't have anything but a bunch of people clicking a button, showing some heart that's not really looking like a real human heart. And why is it red? Why is the heart red? You have to figure out, why is it red when that's the root chakra? Why does it look like some little buttocks on the top? It's really funny. Now, I don't want to get too deep because sometimes I'll go a little too far and folks, they get upset because Valentine's Day, Never mind. I'll leave that alone.
Yeah.
Likes. People want likes. They want to be liked. They want energy that's not really alive to be given to them. You want to like it. Like it. They say like, but that like button, hit that like button. I'm not telling you don't hit the like button. You can hit the like button right now. But I'm just saying everybody wants likes. Now, if I say, did you like that cake? You might say, yeah, I liked it. I liked it. But I say, did you enjoy it? It's a different vibration. Enjoy. Enjoyment. Enjoyment is something inside you that you have that cannot be given, right? You can't get that by likes. You're not looking for outward things to give you likes because that energy is actually dead. It doesn't really move like enjoyment, like passion, like movement, like rhythm, like sound. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think I like them. Then after a while, you like them for a while, and then you fall in like a lot. You call that love, when really love is something that is happening automatically. Love is life automatically, or life organically, vibrating effortlessly. That is my version of love. Life organically vibrating effortlessly. Love has to do with what? Enjoying being with somebody. It has to do with caring. It doesn't have to do with just because they took you out for a whole bunch of, vegetarian lobster meals and, oh, you're all happy now. Oh, my God, they really like me. I'm saying that the word like may not have I'm not saying don't use it. I'm saying it may not have the highest vibration because the word itself has a sound rhythm in it. It has the somatic vibration, right, is not flying as high as you might think. And they want you to like stuff. Like. Why don't it? What? It's across the social networks. It's all about liking. What about love? And you figure when you hit that the heart, it says love. Well, not necessarily. Because we could just say, I love it. I love you. Let's say that. Let's use words again. Let's begin to use words instead of so many emojis to emote some type of emotion. Because these emojis and things were created for us. They weren't created by us. And they give you new ones. I got a new iPhone and it had more emojis. So they said, that was the guy was telling me, well, this one's got, a lot more emojis than the last one. Emojis, is that like emotional pictures to convey a face? And why is the face yellow? Why is it yellow? Why is it the color of my third chakra, my solar plexus? Because in your gut is supposed to do the job of digestion. Your digestive system is a filter. It filters out what is good for you, what's nutrition, and what is trash or waste. It also, on an energetic level, your solar plexus, your digestive tract, is supposed to filter out what's for you and what's not for you energetically. But a lot of times you start letting people into your solar plexus, into your soul, into your gut, into your nervous system, because everybody else is liking it. And we become part of this tribe of likability. We all like it. We like each other. We love each other. You don't really even know the people, or you don't even really know what the person is saying. Some folks, they get upset when Dr. B says, just a few things I've said lately, and people are upset because they get mad and they got to say something. They don't like it. Why he's such and such. Somebody said something the other day. They said, he sounds like he went to the high school where they teach Ebonics, because they didn't like the way I was speaking because I wasn't speaking the proper vernacular that comes from the British people or from England. I guess I'm supposed to talk a certain way to have that voice so that you now know I'm the voice of authority. No, I'm real. And when you get real, you start going with your gut. And when you start going with your gut, you start emoting and feeling your own rhythm and not trying to talk in a way, right, that everybody else is talking. Certain words, everybody's got to say it. Certain emojis, everybody's got to use. When are we going to begin to authorize ourselves and become the authors of our life again? Be the copywriter of your works, of your deeds. When are we going to be the publisher of our works? When are we going to be our own distributor of our lives? Now is when we're going to do it, to now. So what time is it right now? It's elevation time. It's elevation time. And to do that, we got to get past likes and begin to love again and have passion and have compassion. And remember, if we ain't got something good to say, don't say nothing. See, this sets a rhythm. We're talking about rhythm, the law of universal rhythm. How many times do you say certain things? How many times do you feel a certain feeling? How many times do you repeat yourself over and over about something? How many times do you agree with other people just because they happen to be loud and they happen to be strong and they happen to be famous or they happen to look good, so you go along with them? And they're saying something that you may not go along with, but while you're listening, you're going like this. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You don't even agree with them, but you got to say this because everybody else is saying, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you get in the studio and they start playing the beat, right? Everybody's doing this in the studio. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. The song's got a beat. It's a hip hop beat. Everybody's doing this thing automatically. They're programmed to do this when they hear that 808. Doom, 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 doom. Everybody's doing like this. And then you hear the lyric and they ain't saying nothing. You like it, right? Because you know, you're in the studio and it's your homies, so you're listening to it. Everybody else is liking it. So you like it too when it's dead. And half the music that we're listening to is killing us because the law of rhythm is that rhythm, right, has to be changing and growing. It's always expanding. Rhythm is not doing the same thing over and over. That's a beat. That's why a lot of people are beat programmers. But they don't really understand the real law of rhythm because the song would have to change and grow. Your life would have to change and grow like music. You see, the law of rhythm is nothing stands still. It's like a spiral. To truly be into spirituality is to mean that you're constantly changing and growing. To be spiritual, like the golden mean. Y'all hear that thunder out there? It's thundering. Man, it's raining all of a sudden. That rain didn't happen last night. They didn't say nothing about it on the news, did they? Well, actually, they just did all of a sudden. They just found out it was raining, so they reported to us that it's raining. So it's happening. It is totally unique that it's raining on this day at this particular time. Nature is totally spiritual. It's always changing, always growing. So once you look at those trees outside, and you realize that they got new leaves, new buds. Some of them have new flowers that are growing right now. The tree is not spending and wasting its time trying to pick up the old leaves off the ground. The branches that are dead, that may still be stuck to the tree is not giving any energy to them. Because the trees, right, it's here to exist and have passion. It's passionately growing and expanding and expressing itself. Constantly, it's never doing the same thing. The leaves don't grow in the same place on branches. The bark is different. The tree is, the roots are bigger, stronger. It doesn't stop. Even the weeds are coming up through the sidewalk. No matter how much concrete you put down, no matter how much asphalt you put down, nature is always expanding. It will come through that. A rock with a little bit of water dripping on it, year after year after year, that water will evaporate or break that rock. Because it's constantly expanding, constantly moving. But when you get caught up in a loop and you're thinking the same thing over and over, you keep talking the same talk, you have the same phrases. And you say, I am, and after you say I am, it's something disagreeable. When you start talking about they, what they're doing, what they did to me, what they're doing to us. That's a loop. And when you get caught in that loop, you get loopy. Loopy used to mean you was a little crazy. Loopy meant that you was repeating things all over and over and over and over and over, and you weren't moving, you weren't growing, you weren't expanding. Are you ready to expand yourself? Are you ready to do something new? You have to be. Otherwise, the thing about the law of rhythm, if it doesn't expand and grow, it dies. Everything is being born and dying at the same time. It depends on the direction and the angle that you're on. Everything is rising and falling. Everything is going up and down and back and forth constantly. We have got to remember that the law of rhythm says that things are constantly growing, but everything is tied to its opposite. So even if you're angry and upset, there's love, peace, and harmony right next to it. They're right next to each other. There's only 1 degree of separation between up and down. There's only 1 degree of separation between what you call good and what you call bad. There's only 1 degree of separation between what you call peace and what you call war. There's only 1 degree of separation between everything. But you must be the person, the one who is actually growing and expanding and commanding your ship on the ocean of life. And that journey must be a journey of course correction, because 90% of every journey is course correction. You can't just say, I did a meditation and a prayer and I did my singing bowl and my sound bath and I'm good. No, you better bathe in something good every day. You got to repeat this. You got to get the law of rhythm, which means you got to keep